Hopefully you guys are kind of just starting to understand mulligans a bit more. That's probably the most difficult part of the deck. And learning to play with spare parts took me some time too. Like sometimes it's right to save them, to give yourself the opportunity to top deck Antonitis at some point. Even if it looks good to use them right away. Depends on the matchup, like.
Let the hunt begin.
You asked for
Just have to identify how you're gonna win. This hand's kinda sweet. I really like these cards. And this card too, obviously. But I can't keep all of it, because I need to do something turn 1. Oh, I'm gonna ping turn 1. Because they only play Undertaker as a minion with more than 1 health. So if I keep this whole hand, I go turn 1 Hero Power, turn 2 Snow Chugger, turn 3 Golem, turn 4 one of these two. It's really, I would not think I would keep a hand like this normally, but I'm gonna try it. The only way it backfires is if he has exactly Undertaker into exactly Mad Scientist. Well, actually, just Undertaker into Scientist or Creeper. Anyway, I have the option to just play Chugger instead of pinging his guy, which would let me play Cogmaster turn 2 instead of playing Chugger turn 2.
what to do.
And the advantage of that is I would get to freeze him before he plays Eaglehorn Bow. But if I coin Chugger, he just plays Glaive Zuka. I have to play around Glaive Zuka. It's not a card that you see that often in decks, but it's worth playing around in this case. I don't want my coin and my 2-drop to trade for a Leper Gnome.
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
Yeah, standard opening for him. I mean, if you freeze them and they get 0 weapon damage on you in the course of a game, it seems like it should be really tough for them to win. I'm putting myself in a straight up racing situation by playing it this way, but drawing a Noitron gives me the choice to play 2 minions. But in order for the Noitron to live, I would have to kill the Scientist. And if I kill the Scientist, then these minions would die to the Explosive Trap anyway. So what I should do is just play this and hit him in the face. So he's frozen off of Bow. Glaive Zuka won't do nearly as much. Probably gonna Blast Mage here, because he is ahead on board. That's the nice thing about Blast Mage. If you're ahead on board, or if you're behind on board, you Blast Mage, and if you're ahead on board, you Water Elemental, which is why I kept both. Okay, this is super interesting, actually. The fact that he played that, usually, like I said, the only traps they play are too explosive. So I have an opportunity to kill this right now without losing any value. Could also get greedy and try to have Blast Mage do it. See, he got no trap. That's why knowing deck list is really important. And the only reason I know that is because of Amy's tier list. Because I looked at her Face Hunter list, and she gets like she puts up the most net decked version of every deck, basically. Yeah, attempting to freeze him.
What to do? What to do?
For turn 5. Then we can just Blast Mage too.
Greetings, traveler.
I'm just gonna do this while it's mana efficient. I mean, like the reason I'm so hesitant, right, is because Snow Chugger is just gonna die to the explosive. But I mean, I still think this is optimal. Basically, he can still play minions because most of his dudes have charge, so you know he can just play like Wolf Rider or whatever. Or this. I have to trade into these minions. I hope he doesn't go face with all of them. I hope he... There we go. I was hoping he'd make it. Why is he doing this when my guys are about to die anyway? That doesn't make any sense to me, actually. Okay. I don't think they play Savannah High main, so I'm not going to play Mirror Entity. I'm just going to develop It's my guys. Blast Mage just is so good for so many reasons. This card is massive. How do you ignore 5 points a turn, you know? Looks like he drew the other explosive. So that's interesting. Water Elemental is going to have to pull a lot of weight this game, because these guys are about to die out. Speaking of Water Elemental, I guess it's Blingtron time. You could also play a Taunt and a Mirror Entity and do all that stuff. Okay, that's actually better. I don't want to get bursted down randomly. Well, and Blingtron puts so much pressure on him, though. How much charge damage could he really deal in one turn? With Blingtron. Start getting this weapon damage down. Perdition's Blade versus Gladiator's Longbow. Classic.
I'm ready.
That's probably the best weapon to get. I've given this to my opponent 4 times. I've never gotten it myself off Blingtron. That's the same amount of damage as Light's Justice. It's pretty lucky. Now if Water Elemental gets killed off, oh god. If he has a beast and a second kill command, I guess we lose. We need to draw Fireball.
I'll fix you. Enjoy.
I'm ready. You can't do that.
I'm pissed. He had the Owl to kill command, and he got the Gladiator's Bow. He has a second Owl. Does he have Unleash? I think we're being BM'd. He's doing BM math right now. Oh, gotta remember to squelch them in these cases. Okay, we're good. So he would have emoted a bunch of times otherwise. I don't think there's anything we could have done to play around Leroy Unleash. Like I said, I could have not played the Blingtron, but we would still die to Leroy Unleash on this turn. That's so much damage. We would have played Mirror Entity instead of Blingtron. We would have copied Iron Beak Owl. Maybe. Oh, that's awkward for him. Hey, nice. The one Noitron putting in work. A little bit of justice in the world. Alright, well, hopefully you guys have a better idea of how to mulligan and stuff. I think the deck is pretty good. Like I said, if you're seeing a ton of aggro decks like that one, you can make the changes of cutting like Black Knight, and you could even cut Antonidas and play like a second Noitron and 1 Mana Worm. Just like subtle changes like that are what I would try if you're having trouble with other aggressive decks. But yeah, that's Mech Mage. Have fun. See you guys next time.